I'm coming for your head. Hello, my fellow moviegoers. Chris is back here in the movie chair, and I'm welcoming you to Flashback Friday reviews. And since Halloween is just around the corner, we're going to be looking at movies that can help you get into that frighty kind of spirit. And for today, we're going to go all the way back to the year 1999 to take a look at the movie Sleepy Hollow. Ah, yes. Back to a time where Tim Burton still made spooky, kind of gothic looking movies, and Johnny Depp was still the teen heartthrob, big box office draw that he was. Now for sure you guys know the story of Sleepy Hollow. Headless Horseman goes around taking people's heads. Pretty simple. Except in this movie, somebody's actually controlling him to go after people to get their heads, which in turn makes this movie kind of like a murder mystery kind of film. An intriguing little story that will surely keep you entertained since you really don't know who is controlling him. They do a good job of covering that up, despite the fact that this movie does have a couple of cheesy dialogues to it. Not cheesy in the sense of like how it's written almost, but more along the lines of cheesy how it's delivered, because since this takes place back in about the 1799 era, you know, they kind of overact with the accents and everything, so it gets a little bit the dialogue gets a little bogged down by that. And of course the villain in this movie suffers from the classic disease of right before she kills her last victim to get what she wants. What does she do? She spills her guts to her and tells her every little detail of what she had done to get to where she's at there. I know they do this for the benefit of the audience so they know that what the character's motives were, but when you sit there and you watch the head villain saying, "This is why I control the Headless Horseman," and they're having a conversation for a long time by me. Now I will say one thing that this movie just really delivers at are the visuals. This movie has a deep, brooding, dark feel to it throughout the entire thing, and they really do a good job of this by adding kind of like a grayscale color tone to it. The fog, the music by Danny Elfman that they use in it too, all work together to create a very gothic, very haunting kind of feel in this movie. Although at the end, when the Headless Horseman is defeated, everything turns into bright sunshine, very lively colors at the end. It's so beautiful, like everything is beautifully back to normal. That is so campy to see at the end of a film. Now the big advancement that this movie made was creating the Headless Horseman. In the past, if a movie wanted to create the illusion that somebody was headless, you would need to create these big shoulder lifts or pads that would go over the actor's head in order to hide their head. In turn, this created a very disproportionate looking actor because you have the arms kind of like way down here and then like the head all the way like missing from up here. So it looks like a freaky like monster headless Slender Man kind of thing. In this movie, they actually used the effects of green screen by having the actor wearing a blue mask to hide his head and then digitally remove it later in post-production, which gives us a very more realistic looking Headless Horseman. Everything's proportionate, and the cutting off of the heads in this movie looked extremely realistic and brutal. Be forewarned by that if you're somebody who has a squeamish stomach, or if you plan on showing this to little kids, because it might freak them out. While not exactly a movie that's going to offer you these big, like, oh my gosh, scares, this movie does provide you with a good bit of tension and a good bit of suspense that will help keep you engaged in the movie all the way through the end. I highly recommend you guys watch it this Halloween. And if you've already seen the movie, what did you guys think of it? Did you enjoy it? Are there any little quirks or tiffs or pet peeves that you have with this film? I would love to hear it down there in the comment section below, because that is what it is there for. And don't forget, if you enjoyed my video, please remember to give it a like and also subscribe to the channel so that you can stay up to date with all the upcoming Flashback Friday reviews that we will have in the future. And speaking of past Flashback Friday reviews, maybe you would like to check out another spooky one for Halloween. Perhaps one for the 2006 movie The Host. Well, alright my friends, that is all the time we have for today. I'll be seeing you guys later, and I will save you a movie chair for the next video.